Hi, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Juliet. I'm a Pearson Test of English tutor. In today's video, I want us to look at right from dictation and repeat sentence. I want to share the tips that work every time, like 100% or 200% if there's anything like that. Okay, now right from dictation and repeat sentence are the two most important tasks in the PTE. And whenever we use that word most important, that simply means that they give more scores and they have more scores compared to the other task in the PTE. So that's why I want to talk about them. And both of them, unfortunately, because I'm not going to use the word unfortunately, fortunately, you would have to listen to an audio then before you can get what is being said. The first one, repeat sentence, is the second task in the speaking and the second task in the entire exam. Now, when you hear a sentence, you're supposed to repeat that sentence exactly as you heard it. And let's say, for instance, let's say the building is behind the cafeteria. That's where you see the lecturer. You're going to say it exactly as you heard it. Now, saying it exactly as you heard it is what gives you mark. Now, there are three criteria that you're scored for this task. You're being scored 3 marks for content, 5 marks for oral fluency, and 5 marks for pronunciation. So, if you're able to say all the words, you get 3 marks for the content. And now, even if you say 50% of the words you heard, you're still going to get 3 marks for content. But always remember that this task will contribute scores to not just speaking. This task could also contribute scores to listening. So it's very important you listen out and try to give back what you heard. Try as much as possible. Even if you didn't get everything, say the ones you heard. That way, you should be able to be getting more marks that will be shared between speaking and the listening module. That's how you get a high score in your listening. It's not by magic, okay? And we're just going to play a few of these examples of the repeat sentence, and you're going to see what it's like. Now, what is the oral fluency here? Oral fluency is when you repeat the word that is being said or the sentence that is being said exactly the way you hear it. Also, if you look at the instruction, they would say, repeat the sentence exactly as you hear it. So you can't say it in a flat tone. If you say, the professor visits the school every Tuesday, you cannot say, the professor visits the school every Tuesday. No, you're going to say, the professor visits the school every Tuesday, okay? So if you say it that way, you should be able to get all the marks for the oral fluency. Then the pronunciation is you pronouncing the words just like you heard it, okay? You should just try as much as possible to pronounce the words. Try your best. Give it your best, okay? And but if you do it that way, you should be able to get all the scores, that's 13 marks for one of the questions. This task is supposed to give you 13 marks, and you have about 10 to 12 of this task on your test day. So it's important you know exactly what to do. Now let's take some example of this task.
You have to submit the project by the end of the week. None of the students found it difficult to get a job. His particular interest is in the 18th century French society.
Right from dictation. Right from dictation is the last task in the entire exam. It's a task found in the listening. Remember, the listening module has 8 tasks. So right from dictation is the 8th task in the listening module. For this task, all you need to do is listen to the audio and you type your answer in the box provided. We're going to take a few examples here so you see how it's done. Okay, now one thing about this right from dictation is if you haven't been able to manage your time very well from, like say, the second task in the listening module, you might not get to this task, especially if you go on and spend all your time on multiple choice questions or select missing word. You find out that you won't have enough time to complete this task, or you won't even get to this task because you didn't even know about the time management stuff. Okay, now for this particular task, you listen to an audio, you try to write down what you heard on the jotter provided in the exam, or you type it straight into the box. Just try out the one that works for you. Okay, and that is where the practice comes in. There's no how you would practice and not know the way that works for you. Do you want to write straight into the box provided, or you just want to write it out on your jotter using shorthands. Of course, you have to learn how to write shorthands. You know, when I mean shorthand, you know, when you try to write an SMS or a Snapchat message or WhatsApp message, you know how you shorten the words you want to write. That's the same way you should try to shorten the sentence on your jotter, or even while you type, before you can transfer into the box. That's if you have written it on your jotter. This task is very, very important because it's going to boost your writing score. Now, it's a listening task, but trust me, it's going to boost your writing score more than it's going to boost your listening score. So this task and the repeat sentence, they look alike, and they are very important because they will help you pass the Pearson test of English exam. And for write from dictation, you know that what happens here is once you hear the sentence, you're supposed to type it straight into the blank. Now, if you're not sure if you heard the plural form of a word or the singular form, just write both the singular and the plural. That's, we call it additional word or extra word. They still work. I can even show you I had done a video previously on this task, right from dictation. I showed you that extra words still work from the Pearson site, the owners of the exam. These extra words still work. In fact, recently I found out that not only does extra word work, there's another thing that I realized that works, which I'll be sharing as we go on in this video. Okay, so the most important thing is make sure you hear correctly the words that they have said, or the sentence that they have said. Remember, for each word you get a score, and these scores are shared between the writing and the listening. So it's very important you really understand this task. And for write from dictation, you know that what happens here is once you hear the sentence, you're supposed to type it straight into the blank. Now, if you're not sure if you heard the plural form of a word or the singular form, just write both the singular and the plural. That's, we call it additional word or extra word. They still work.
The timetable for next term will be available next week. The Student Union hosts a variety of social events. Mixture is defined as the compound of chemically separate parts. Tutorials are scheduled in the final week of the term.
Now, this is it. These are the examples I have done. This method works every time. The method I've taught you for the listening, that's the write from dictation, or the method I've taught you in repeat sentence, the second task in the speaking, they work every time. So if you want to pass, just try to follow this video, follow the instructions I've given, try to say the words in the repeat sentence. Even if you didn't hear everything, try to repeat the ones you heard. Then write from dictation, try to write out the words you have heard, and make sure that you add extra words or additional words as the case may be. Doing this will guarantee you a full score, like very high scores across the modules that this task belong. Remember, the repeat sentence will help you pass listening, while the write from dictation would help you pass writing. So they are important tasks. I'll see you in my next video. Remember to give me a thumbs up, remember to like, remember to subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye.